Before you awake to the law, you are living life with ego alone. And ego is a survival based programming, and it defaults to fear and survival. And in survival, we look for things going wrong and we look for all possible threats that can come our way and we try to avoid them. But at the base level of existence, ego has a function. It is necessary. But quickly humans realize, as Navalgard says, that you will walk through the furnaces of affliction in this world to awaken the Christ within. That is, you go through so much pain because ego is negative by default, so it creates misery. And some lucky people go through a lot of pain and they wake up. Some wake up to Buddhism, some wake up to, basically spirituality and all these esoteric teachings. Basically, what they are looking for is something higher than what is, right? They're like, this life cannot just be this pain and suffering. And basically, a lot of people then come to law of assumption and law of attraction, that we create our own reality. So this is why your fears are so, like, our life is chaotic at some points, or is mundane because we keep on recycling same thoughts or fearful thoughts. And we are pro at living in the end of our fears, because that was the default of the ego. And but now that you realize that you're not just the ego, hopefully from my channel or other teachings like this, you realize that its function is now limiting. What it did before, now you don't need it. You don't need to be looking for threats because you are projecting this reality from within out. So there is no need for you to seek more knowledge, seek more threats, seek information and all this consumer sort of mentality. The idea came to me for this video because recently I was reading the Gospel of Thomas, in which Jesus says that, seek and ye shall find, and knock and it shall be opened for you. And I realized that is a trap from base level existence. It is a divine spiritual knowledge at the higher level, that is, everything is within you, so when you will seek, it will be revealed to you. But on the lower level, it is a trap, because ego seeks what? It seeks fear and threats. For example, a perfect example of it could be from a relationship point of view, right? For example, somebody is convinced that their partner, husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, they are cheating on them, or they are, something is going on. Now, that may not be the case yet, but they start seeking, they start digging, they start living in the end. They stop having arguments with their person in mind that when I catch them, I'm gonna tell him off or tell her off, or I'm gonna catch him. We start living in the end. We start plotting the revenge, and it hasn't even happened yet. The so-called evil hasn't even happened yet, but we start plotting the revenge. And you see how effortlessly the ego starts living in the end of that fear. Now that fear manifests. And so what happened? You sought an end, you lived in it, and you found out. There's this funny term of FO and FO, fuck around and find out. It's true, right? So seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened for you, is a trap when it comes to living with the ego. And this is why when we seek our fears, and fears dominate most people because we live with the ego, we're still living in survival mode and the base level reality. And whenever something happens, it is so difficult for us to imagine our desired end, because both are a probability. We don't know exactly, we don't know anything what is going to happen tomorrow. But since ego is survival based, it immediately and it professionally lives in the end of the fear, or it delays the fulfillment of the desire and delays it, and ifs and buts, because it keeps on seeking, and therefore it does not manifest. This is a great example of why you should never look for signs. There are so many videos on YouTube. Oh, if this happens, this is the sign your specific person will manifest. This 11:11, look at this, or the Lion's Gate will give you money tomorrow. This is a sign. Blah blah blah. You create the signs. You are projecting reality from within, inside out. There is actually no. It's not even out. There is no out. It's just all you, right? Everything is your energy field, and you are moving through it and having the illusory experience of physicality. But all in all, uh, when people come to law of assumption, they are okay. I'm gonna assume, and it's gonna change in my life, right? They assume it, and then they start looking for proof. The next day, nothing happens. A week goes by and nothing happens, and they start wondering why nothing is happening. Well, what are you aware of? What are you seeking? You are seeking signs. You are living as though it has not happened yet, and you're seeking something. Well, that something is delay, right? You are waiting. You are being, um, uh, how would I say? You are waiting for it. You are not being the person who has it. So you are seeking for signs, which means you don't have it. And seek and you shall find. It becomes a trap. You seek for more knowledge. You're like, maybe I don't know enough. And uh, me learning about the law of assumption for so many years, about 6 years now, I kid you not, the very first statement that I heard of Neville Goddard is true even after all the research, which is an assumption, though false if persisted in, will harden into fact. If I just knew this line and really went all in with it, I would have manifested everything, because you don't need anything else. All this more searching is just to gratify the ego and try to fix its doubts and its survival. You're negotiating your survival based default programming of the ego, and it will keep on seeking and it will keep on finding out. But the real truth of seeking and you shall find is to realize that you are what you seek. It's within you. It's nowhere else. There's nowhere to go, there's nowhere to be, and there's nobody to influence, just to change self. And when you change self, the projection changes, right? So if you are creating everything, when you seek something, you will find it, right? When you seek more knowledge, you will be given more and more knowledge. But if you assume the end of what you want, for what you are seeking knowledge for, then the end will manifest for you. For example, if somebody says that this was example from Neville Goddard, that I think some author came to him that I haven't even wrote a book, but like I want to write a book and I want it to be successful. Neville Goddard says, go to the end and stay there. Like imagine the end that your book is being sold at a store and there is a line outside. And the person I think said that they don't even have idea what to write yet, or what's the title of the book. But Neville Goddard says, go to the end. So when you go to the end, the idea will be given you, all the knowledge that is required will be given you, and you will manifest it. But if you start seeking, start researching from inside out, from the ego's perspective, from the outside in, that is trying to search in the world and getting information and getting information from the world. How should I succeed? How should I write the perfect book? How can I become like this or that? Well, that's the egoic method. You are seeking the hows, and you are gonna get more and more information, and your thirst for information will never be. You will never exhaust it. It will keep on coming. Whatever you will seek, you will find. But when you realize that the seeker and what it is seeking is one, then there is no need to seek anymore. Just appropriate what you are seeking as you already having it, and live by the law of assumption. Appropriate the state of being of having it, and that also will be given you. You will also find that, but it will be from within. So I know it sounds very abstract and difficult, but on the face value, Or in the simplest terms, understand this, that the more information you seek to try to understand the law or try to perfect it, you will get more information. But you're not applying the simple information that is just one line. An assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So whatever you want, just like you live in the end of your fears, even though you don't know, they are an assumption and they are false initially. You don't know 100% they are going to manifest, or they are the only reality, but you live in the end and they manifest. So do the opposite of it, because now you don't need to seek more information or learn the ways of the world, because you realize the world comes from within, inside out, not outside in. So seek and ye shall find at the level of the ego is a trap. And I think in the book Course in Miracles said it something like this, like from the egoic perspective, if you seek you shall never find. And what does that mean? The knowledge of self, right? Gnosis, the knowledge of self, or your higher self, you will never find it with ego, right? You will search for God outside, you will search for God in astrology, in religion, but you will never find him. And so it's a very paradoxical statement, but understand that sometimes seeking more is not good, and it's a trap, and it because you will always find what you're looking for. So if you look for your fears, you will find them. If you look for more information and think you are never ready and you don't know, you will never know, and you will keep getting more and more information. But if you seek fulfillment and realize that seeker and the fulfillment are one, the desire and the desired, the desirer are one, and it's all within, then you seek fulfillment from within. You imagine your end and you just stay there. Stop looking for signs, because then signs will manifest and not the desire. And stay at the end and see what happens. You will find out. That statement is also true. Fuck around and find out. So I know I was just talking at the top of my head. It's as an abstract, very abstract and esoteric uh, idea, but I hope I made something click in your mind. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye.